What's up, everybody? Brett back here again with another freaking video. But no, actually, seriously, what is honestly up? Like, apparently, because everyone apparently decides to keep coming back to these stupid videos made by this stupid kid. That's me. You want to keep watching these dumb videos by this stupid kid for some reason. You that desperate for good videos? Because this ain't the place. No, I'm kidding. Thank you for coming back and watching my videos, and I really appreciate that. I'm joking. But of course, today we're going to talk about Star Wars. That was dumb. Yeah, of course, today we're talking about Star Wars. I am a bit late on this news, about a week late, actually. And of course, J.J. Abrams is directing Star Wars Episode 9. Wow. So if you're not actually aware of the situation and you are a Star Wars fan, then I do recommend staying on this video. So a while back, not a while back, actually maybe a couple of weeks ago, like I'll say early September, late August, something like that, it's not that long ago, but Disney basically lost Colin Trevorrow, I'll put it on the screen, maybe you guys can pronounce it correctly for me in the comment section down below. But basically, they lost that director for Star Wars. He was directing Star Wars Episode 9. He was set to direct it for quite some time. But then they lost him under, I think, creative differences, something like that. I don't exactly know. If it's creative differences, then Disney and Lucasfilm have a weird problem with keeping directors on to direct Star Wars. So, of course, Disney and Lucasfilm kind of went crazy finding a new director and stuff because, of course, Star Wars Episode 9 comes out in 2019. That's when it's set to come out. And that means they have to start filming next year, so they have to find a new director and stuff. So yeah, and instead, I really like this. Instead of actually just having a long audition process for a new director, they actually went to Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams, who directed Force Awakens, and Rian Johnson, who directed The Last Jedi, and asked one of them to come back and direct Episode 9. And J.J. Abrams said he would come back, and now he's writing and directing Star Wars Episode 9. Which is pretty cool. Now, of course, I can't really say if I would want Rian Johnson to come back instead of JJ because I haven't seen like The Last Jedi yet, or I haven't seen any of Rian Johnson's work from what I know of. So I can't say if I want him to come back now. But I am honestly very happy with JJ Abrams coming back. Now I know him coming back to direct Episode 9 actually has spread a little bit of a divide on the fans online because some fans have said they are really excited about this. Some fans have said they hate that he's coming back. And some fans are kind of just unsure or just okay with it. So it's a bit of a split fan base. Actually, when I searched up online the original director's name for Episode 9, because I forgot his name, I actually found an article saying how fans have petitioned for them to remove J.J. Abrams from Episode 9 because reasons. Now, personally for me, I'm actually very excited about J.J. Abrams coming back to direct the episode because here's the thing. Now, Force Awakens, I thought, was a great movie. It's a good movie. It was a great way to bring Star Wars into the modern era once again, and stuff like that. But of course, the big narrating thing that everyone always talks about Force Awakens is that it's just basically Episode 4 exactly. Like, not exactly. There are some things that are slightly different, but it is basically Episode 4. It's no question. Now, originally when I watched the film back in 2015, and my dad, when we were watching the film, and we were watching the scene of Poe Dameron on Jakku and stuff, that old man, and that old man was giving him the information about Starkiller Base and stuff like that. I felt like when I saw that whole scene, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like a nice little homage to the original opening of like the first original Star Wars movie, because that's what it seemed like. And as the rest of the film went on, I'm like, oh, completely like New Hope. So, copy and paste them. So stuff like that. Now, I of course admit that it's basically New Hope. It is, but I can defend it, and I'm okay with that because here's the thing: it is like a New Hope, but I can defend it for this reason. Why? Because Force Awakens was a big deal. For any Star Wars film was a big deal, but this was the first Star Wars film in years since Revenge of the Sith, and that film was the last in the prequel trilogy. Wasn't great, but it was the only good film we got in the trilogy of prequels. But even then, when the prequels come out, there was a lot of hype when Phantom Menace came out. Then they hated it, but still, there was a lot of hype when Phantom Menace was coming out. But even so, even though there was a lot of hype when it was coming out, the thing is, though, and I heard people online talk about this. I listened to a commentary from the Comic Cast talk about this. If you've never heard that commentary or heard about the Comic Cast, go check them out. They're pretty cool guys. And basically, in their commentary for the film, they talk about how there was a lot of hype for the film, but since it's a prequel, you already know how the story ends with the original trilogy of films, which makes sense. There's going to be hype for the films, of course, but you knew how the trilogy ends with, of course, New Hope, then Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So there's no actual stakes with the prequels, because you know Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin, they're all going to survive. You know, Padme's going to give birth to Luke and Leia. There's no actual stakes in the film whatsoever. So, yeah, that's understandable. But with Force Awakens, this film is the first film in years since Return of the Jedi that actually continues the story. And Return of the Jedi came out back in 1983, so at least 30 years had went by since they continued the actual story of the series. So that was a big deal. This film is actually going to be continuing the story on forward instead of going back. So that was a big deal. So I'm fine with it being basically like New Hope or completely similar to New Hope, because it was the first film in a long time to continue the actual story and progress the story and the universe instead of just showing you what came before. So okay with that. But of course, I really liked the film. I thought it was a great film, a great way to start the series off once again, and stuff like that. Plus, I also really liked J.J. Abrams' directing because he understands sci-fi films, because of course he directed Star Trek, the 2009 Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, and they're both great films in my opinion, and stuff like that. And so him directing Star Wars made sense. Have a sci-fi director who knows how to work with sci-fi make this film made sense. And he also used a lot of practical things for making this film. Practical vehicles like a practical Millennium Falcon, practical creatures, and a lot of practical things, basically what I'm saying. And he only ever used CGI for times it was necessary. Like Star Killer Base, CGI necessary. And that squid creature, that was necessary. The Millennium Falcon, practical. Like actual physical creatures, practical and stuff like that. Makana was CGI, but of course I'm fine with that, because most things were practical. Because he knew that to only use CGI when necessary. This sentence is not in George Lucas' vocabulary. He doesn't know the meaning of CGI when it's necessary. Do you, Lucas? Now, of course, I understand why the families are probably split and not happy with Abrams for coming back, because of course there's a lot of people online who are fearing that, oh my god, like now that he's bad, it's probably gonna be like Return of the Jedi or something like that. No. I don't think it's gonna be like Return of the Jedi, because here's the thing. Like I said, it's understandable. I respect that. I understand why it's like Force Awakens was like New Hope, because the first film of the series it's been the first film. Losing my train of thought here. It was the first film in a while, and it was also the first film to fully actually continue the story instead of going backwards and stuff like that. I said that, so I was fine with that. But if they did it again, I would not be fine with that, because if they did it twice in a row or 3 times in a row, I wouldn't be fine with that at all. And I don't think Last Jedi is going to be like that. I think they've even said it multiple times. I'm not sure they stated it before, but I think they have stated that it's not going to be like Empire Strikes Back, and I just know it's not going to be like Empire Strikes Back. I have a good feeling that it won't be like Empire Strikes Back, because it just doesn't feel like it will be like Empire Strikes Back, in my opinion. And so, yeah, so I don't think Abrams is going to make it look like Episode 9 look like Return of the Jedi. I just don't think so, or Empire Strikes Back, whatever. I just don't think he will. I don't think he will do that at all. I think he's going to make a film that's not similar to any of the previous films whatsoever. So, yeah, I don't think he'll do that. So, yeah, but in my personal opinion, I'm very excited to see Abrams come back. He's a great director, he's a great guy, and it's also fitting. Also, having the guy who started this new trilogy end it, I think is very fitting. So, yeah, I'm very excited for Abrams to come back. So, yeah, but I want to know your guys' opinion. So, what do you guys think? Do you like that J.J. I'm horrible with words. Do you like that J.J. Abrams is back to direct Star Wars Episode 9? Or do you hate it? Let me know in the comments section down below. Tell me what's your favorite Jedi, what's your favorite Sith Lord, what's your favorite Star Wars movie. Tell me whatever you like about Star Wars. And tell me what you hate about Star Wars. Let me get Jar Jar Binks, right? It's Jar Jar, right? I know. Anyways, tell me anything you like or hate about Star Wars. Comment down below. We all love Star Wars. Even though I'm wearing a Punisher shirt, probably should wear a Star Wars shirt. I don't care. See you guys all later. Bye.